alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
Barbershop Conversations, man. And conversation was so good we had to bring it back for a second time, man. L, what's up, man? Excuse round table talk. Excuse me, man. How you doing, dog?
Doing good, brother, and yourself?
Oh, I'm super, man. I'm super. Can you change your audio? Because it's low right now. I remember you did something last time to bring it up.
What about now?
Um,
Hold on. Yeah.
oh wow, yeah, way better. Damn,
Okay, good.
2000% better. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So again, you called me yesterday, and I was like, man, we got to have this conversation on wax again. And feel free because we end up talking about something. We were talking about our families first, but and then you said something that sparked my interest.
Yeah. Something to the effect of, you know, black people operating as a unit. We got to find a way to, to join hands, man, in our struggle and stop depending on uh someone else to change our lot in this life. You know, like we look for the government and the system that has been oppressing us for years to come to our aid and give a solution for our problems. Like that's never going to happen because everything that was designed in this country that has played against us, it was purposely planned to do just that. And the icing on the cake for them is that we played into their hand and into the trick to where now they don't even have to be to blame for things no more because we doing it to ourselves.
Right.
So most of the problems now are being created by us. So we gotta fix that, like we gotta mentally fix that first. Like we gotta get it through our head that these white folks don't owe us nothing and they definitely not gonna help us. And when I say owe us anything, I'm not talking about all reparations because that they do owe us, but they don't owe us any precedence in their household. Like we gotta understand that this place called America is their house. They have the power. They have the economic power. So this is their household. Like, but within their household, we can build something that's all our own, like we've done in the past, and stop giving them back the power. Stop looking to integrate with them. They don't want integration with us. Like we gave up everything we had before the civil rights to to integrate with them. We gave up. We relinquished all the power and all the economic power that we had. We gave that up when we integrated,
Right.
trying
Right.
to assimilate. You know.
Yeah. So the goal would be like as opposed to asking for permission, build your own and let generations of building
Yeah.
your own compromise their power.
Exactly. Like who can clean my house better than me?
Mm.
Like I gotta live in it. Who would like? How would I expect anybody else to want to clean my house for me to make it a living to make it my living quarters and make it livable and ideal for me? Who?
Right.
Why would I expect somebody else to want to do that for me? I would expect them to want to do that for their own house.
Right.
So who's better to clean my house up than me?
Right.
So we gotta have that same mindset that we gotta clean up our own home, and our home meaning our community as black people.
Mm.
We have to take the lead. Like we don't have to ask for permission. No, just take the lead, and it's gonna start one family at a time.
And And those you go to his YouTube page that he never puts videos up on, but go to his YouTube page, Roundtable Talk, man, and go subscribe. Maybe one day he'll drop a video or two.
I got to get back on that, man.
Yeah. So but when people say I don't have the finances, I don't have the information.
The man, it's a million ways to make money today. It's funny because I was just talking to my client
Mhm.
that I was just training um about subjects similar to these. Like it's no the way this world is ran today, the way the world spins today, it's it's not like that of old. Like it's so many avenues in which you can make money and build wealth in this country. Like this is really the land of opportunity. Like and again, like I said, we have to we have to totally uh, be reprogrammed mentally to understand just who we are and just the opportunity that we have right before us. It's no excuse not to be able to make money and generate income. But as individuals, we never gonna be as powerful as we could be as a unit. Like we gotta stop operating mentally as a single unit and understand that this is only gonna change by operating together. Like if we pool our, if we have just say, if I just started my family with my brothers, hey, for any common goal that has to happen to do with finances, hey man, let's save up X amount of dollars to get this goal accomplished. I gotta first be able to do that with my brother, and then I can be able to do that with another extended brother. Like our family structure is broken. That right there, we lost right there. We gotta build back our family structure, man. The information is there. Ain't nothing hidden no more as far as knowledge. It's not hidden.
Mm.
And the streams of revenue that you can generate in this world is ridiculous. Look how many people getting rich off YouTube, off of TikTok,
Right.
uh, just just operating a small business. it, it's no excuse. Like we gotta do that within each other, man. We can't expect them. And when I say them, I'm talking about government, the white people, oppressors. We can't expect them to do that. They're not gonna do it. And if they do it, their hand is gonna be involved in it to where they're only gonna let it grow so big. Once
Right.
it start, once it becomes a threat to their economic stronghold, they about to come in and destroy it. And guess who they gonna use to destroy it? The same person that they start paying to to head it. And it's gonna be another black person. Oh, we appointed you the director, or we appointed you the head. Hey, you about to be the cause of the fall. And if you don't want to participate, we're gonna eliminate you. So why even bring them into the fold? Why even bring them into the equation? We gotta do it within each other, man. All these so-called black activists and shit. Hey, stop listening to them. They are not part of the solution. They are the problem because they're bought and paid for. The dollar control them. Go look at their bank account and see who make their deposits to their bank account. Follow the money trail. That's why their efforts are so minimal.
Mm. I was thinking as I was setting up, and even yesterday when we was having this conversation, is the solution families taking care of their family? So let's say you take care of your family, I take care of my family, with an understanding that we need we need to help each other, or
That's
is it or is it uh the flip side where you join a group like you got the Boule group, you got Jack and Jill, you got the Democratic Party, you got, and the list goes on and on.
now because those are established organizations with years of doing what they're good at,
Mhm.
which has no involvement in building us up. Like I cannot join an effort to progress my effort to help my people when that established organization's effort is not to help my people. You know, it's like a smoke screen. Oh number one goal is to get our family structure back in line. That's the number one thing right there, right at home, inside those walls that encompass your home that you go to every day with your family. That's our number one thing. We have to get that back right. Be, because that has to be an impenetrable. It has to be an impenetrable defense in a family structure. Once I learn that, I know how my children are our children are going to understand how to conduct themselves in society as it pertains to another black brother or another black sister, because it was taught in the home. See, if divisive methods is what they learned at home, that's what they're gonna carry out into the street, into the world, into their adulthood.
Right.
So our number one thing is getting our family structure back in line, because that's the first thing that was attacked when we were on the ship. That's the first thing that was attacked. I'm about to break they knew it immediately. I'm about to break the black man down right in front of his family. I'm about to cause a device, and hate right within his family, and everything else gonna just fall in place and crumble as it should. Because once I knock the head off, the body gonna fall quickly.
Yeah, I because when I became a father, you do like samples, like mental samples, right? You be like group, 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 and then you realize that uh the formest nucleus you can have is family. And I uh I just believe that when you join groups, you indoctrinate their beliefs
Of
within
course,
yourself, and then it in turn goes into your household.
of course,
But
of,
I
of,
think it should be, yeah, and that's why I'm not a fan of joining a group. I believe supporting people and supporting groups.
of course,
I just genuinely believe that if we get back to mom, dad, regard mom, dad, period, raises the kids, right?
that's it.
Whether it's through whether you got to make it happen. Like like I'm just saying, make it happen, make it
It's
happen.
gotta look.
Nothing's perfect. No relationship is perfect. Highs, lows, lefts, rights, peaks and valleys, heavens and hells.
Hey, look. I have a strong conviction. I've always had a strong conviction that, look, most people say I started late. My first child was I brought my first child on this earth at 33. I've been in a number of relationships. I've been in a marriage at
Mhm.
21, and
Right,
I didn't have a child. I
right,
had many of women say, "I want to have your child," and they give me the whole song and dance. But I was very selective, because I said I need to have a woman that understands the value of family. And if she not all in like I'm in, you understand what I'm saying? Then I can't even consider myself putting my putting myself in a position that leave me vulnerable to getting this woman pregnant.
right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like my woman, to me, my woman should view me as this, and she views me as this. I'm all things under God. But the only person that you should falter against me is with our child. Like, I don't expect to be. I love that my woman will go against me for the betterment of our child, and sometimes I test her. You understand what I'm saying? That's the only thing. Like, I love that about my woman. Like, we gotta get our family structure back in line. Like, I don't care what it is. Like, I've had people ask me, "Would you leave your woman for X, Y, and Z, for this woman that got all this money?" Hell no. Why? Because my son is more important than even if I had a a selfish desire to be rich and to be with the baddest looking woman in the world. I'm not about to put my son at a disadvantage. Why? Because he need his mom and his daddy, and that's not even my desire. Far from it. But this is the things that's twisted up in the minds of us. Like, you got men out here that'll lead a family for a selfish desire that society pretty much uh, 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 glamorizes. Like, the family is looked at as especially the black family, as uh, replaceable, non-important. It just so many negative terms and connotations and ideas that set upon us, and we buy into it. Man, I go to hell and back for mine. Like my woman already know. Look, we've already made a commitment for at least 18 years, and as long as our son is in our household, that hey, we're gonna be together and give him the best life possible. Whatever I go through, whatever you go through, get it together. But see, I'm the leader though. We gotta create leaders, man. Especially with our sons, man. We gotta create leaders. We gotta get that back because leaders create leaders. I don't want no followers around me. Why? Because I have, in my mind, we had a war. We in the war, a war survival. So if you can't protect me like I can protect myself, then I don't need you next to me.
Right.
Because at this point, you're a liability and you're going to cost me my life. So I got to build another leader. So my son, when he make his family, he going to look for something 10 times better than what I was looking for because he going to start earlier. He going to be ahead of the game.
Right.
We
Similar
gotta,
to, I'm sorry.
huh?
No, go ahead. Please continue.
We have to build our families back up. We got to get that back into the very essence of what we do.
Right. And
This,
I keep
no, go ahead.
now your
Go ahead.
pauses keep on making me think you're done. It also, because I see this in Lincoln a lot, because the family nucleus is there. He doesn't have to worry about, is this kid white? Is this kid taking advantage of me? He can believe in humanity. You understand what I'm saying? Like he knows that he has structure around him that's
Yeah,
going to tell him right from wrong and how we're living our lives.
of course.
Like Dre's family is Asian and they do family traditions. My family's black. We do black traditions, and we go to the black bank, we go to the Asian bank, we go downtown to Chinatown, we go to the Merck Park. So he doesn't see them as a threat, or more importantly, or as important, him as an inferior being.
Exactly.
So he can live life. He can live life as like he believes in humanity.
Exactly.
And I think that's important too. Like as I did my research on Malcolm, how he fell back in love with humanity. Although I believe he knew he was gonna get murdered. But the fact that his life ended with him believing in humanity is, I thought, when he came back from Mecca and he wrote those postcards and letters that came back. I'm happy that he his not happy that his life ended that way, but I'm glad we got to see that portion, the genesis,
We was
the
able to see
baby,
that
the little bit that we did see. I'm glad we got a chance to see it, because I think many of us, we get caught up, and I too was a victim of that too, is that the color of your skin is the enemy. I think it's the systems and operations
Of course.
of the system is the enemy, not the
Yeah.
person. Now the people can be a part of it, and you got to understand that as well, but it's not this singular person.
Right.
It's the system.
Yeah.
But to digress, I love the fact that Lincoln and Kennedy and El Kareem can believe in humanity. I think, what a heavy burden for a child to say, I can't like white people. What a burden.
Yeah, because see, when this is what I've noticed with children that are raised with with 2-parent homes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in happy homes, they develop faster mentally. And like you, much to what you mentioning, they are able to operate in their natural state. See, it's natural for a child to love everybody. What is hate? They're taught hate. They don't know what hate is. And like you said, once they're exposed to them, that's a heavy burden because now they gotta operate out of they gotta operate contrary to their natural inclination. That right there mentally drains a child and totally warps them.
Right.
Again, we have to get our family structure back in line.
I couldn't agree with you more. And two, when a child sees a white person as a threat, those are failures of the parents,
Of course.
because you didn't prepare your child
Exactly.
to be sufficient, efficient, successful without it. You get what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So they're
No.
going into this life believing that they need them. They need to
Yeah.
sign. They need to go to college. They gotta
Yeah.
have a white lawyer. They gotta have you get what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the conversation, or that's the piece or the nugget that I believe that's not being told.
Exactly.
You know?
And that's partly and mainly due to our ignorance. You
Right.
know, we have to understand, like you said, it's not necessarily a singular person, right? It's the system. We have to know how to identify the problem. Once we identify the problem, we can successfully formulate a solution. You know, we do have singular people. Like there are people, like to me, it doesn't even matter though. We have people that hate us as black people, but
Mhm.
to me, I don't give attention to them because they're not gonna dictate how I live my life, and they're not gonna limit my abilities or the way I maneuver in this life or my opportunities. You understand what I'm saying? Like I give I give uh I give myself more credit personally, and it's not to brag, it's not to boast, but I feel like, and I give myself the power.
Mhm.
I walk in my power that's vested into me from the Most High. First and foremost, I walk in that power first. So the result of all my stress, the result of all my, whether it's my stresses or my successes, is dependent upon me. So I deserve the stress that I cause on myself as well as the success because I made that decision. I operated within the power that was vested into me to make that decision. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Get it.
I didn't let nobody else operate my power, and my power is right here in my brain. You understand? It's whatever knowledge I feed myself and apply.
Right.
So we got to get back to that, man. We got to get back to teaching ourselves uh, what works for us and our family, and just it's gonna take a long time. As far as I say a long time because I might not see that time, but a gener it's gonna take my son's generation and his kids' generation to. It'll take a whole generation to eradicate the problem, and then another generation to build it up.
Mm. So the group is your last name.
Exactly.
Why is it like so important for people to be a part of culture, like rap culture, music culture, movie culture, dance culture?
Because it's a natural inclination for us to want to be accepted among our peers. Because I don't care how much a person say I don't need nobody,
Hmm.
I don't want nobody, I don't care about nobody. That's false, man. You creating a false narrative within yourself, and then you hoping that others uh, fall in line with that type of thinking, so you can also misguide others, and they can share in your misery, man. We are social creatures by nature, man. God created
Right.
us that way, so uh, we always want to be accepted by a group of people. That's just natural. But
Right.
just understand that group of people that you're trying to gain acceptance from.
Mhm.
You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? Is it right for you? Is that group of people right for you? And is they pushing an agenda that's going to benefit you in the long run and formulate your ideas into their agenda? You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's pretty much what it is. Like everybody want to be a part of something.
Yeah, I too agree that you want to be appreciated. You want people to see your successes. Um, but I'm talking about how or add to how, like, do this for the culture. It has an underbelly lifestyle to it. Like it promotes violence. It promotes like
Oh
a
yeah,
promiscuous woman. It
oh yeah. If
promotes
we're talking
like yeah,
about the rap culture, yeah, that's what it does.
yeah,
That
yeah,
that that that. It's funny that, and see, this is another. See, it's another snare we have to be aware of. See, most things, most trends, and most cultures in America were created by us, but they've slowly deteriorated the culture. So, see, hip hop, rap stems from hip hop, which wasn't producing that message when it first, when in the origins of it didn't produce the message that it's producing now. But see, once the system got a hold of it, the people that's in power got a hold of it. They said you can only be successful if you promoting this type of behavior or lifestyle.
right.
That's really against our culture as a progressive, against our progressive culture. That is totally against that. It's like I mentioned last time. It's anti-culture.
Yeah,
It's
you did say
promoting
that.
no culture
You did
at
say that.
all.
Right,
And
right.
this is you have to be pushing that message in order to be successful because now they gonna use your art against you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But look, we gonna have to denounce a whole lot of things. Like again, it's gonna be a call for us as a whole to make some changes and like we're gonna have to build our own economic structure because as long
Mm,
as they able to pay us, we're gonna always have sellouts.
mm.
As long as they are able to pay us, we are gonna have sellouts.
Okay.
Meaning that we are gonna have to denounce their pay.
First time I had this thought, are they really? I never had this thought before. As you were talking and talking about sellouts, are they? Because we're all trying to be successful within their system, right?
Yeah.
Are they really sellouts, or are they maximizing being in the system?
Um. To me, uh, I'm not the judge of nobody at the
Yeah.
end of the day, right?
Mm.
Because I am no greater morally than anyone
Yeah, I'm with you on
because
that.
I'm imperfect, right?
Right.
But I stand on certain moral principles.
Right.
It's certain things I will not do no matter the cost.
Mm.
Certain things I just won't do. You can pay me $1 million, $2 million, $100 million. I'm just not gonna do it. You know, I've learned, and Vince helped me understand this. When I really think about it, I always go back to Vince. He said, "L, you got to stop comparing everybody to you. That's what makes you different and makes you a step above them. Like, I can't hold people to the same standards I hold myself to because they don't hold themselves to those standards.
Mm.
So in their mind, they really not selling out. Again, it's a mental cleansing we gotta go through. That process as a
Mm.
whole, we gotta come to grips with that. Like that, a lot of people don't even want to look at themselves in the mirror because they can't. So
Mm.
that's why I say it's gonna take a whole two generation because some people just have to be. They can't be here anymore,
Right.
and they can't be part of the solution. They can't even be in the room.
Right.
Like you still got people uh 80 years old with this with this mindset that's not uh helping us. It's a mindset that's still causing that's it's a mindset that's causing our demise. They still want to be in the room when it's time to make a decision. They still want input. And because he's such and such and he was with such and such or he got X amount of dollars, we gonna value his input.
Yeah.
Nah, man, that nigga cancer. I don't want him part of the room. He's part of the problem.
Right.
Like you can't say like we constantly uh we're constantly pointing out a problem and then consider a solution, but allow a problem into the solution
Mhm.
because it's always money involved. Like people replace values, morals, ethics with the dollar. That it doesn't equate. We talking about two different forms of currency.
Mm.
Like my morals is a form of currency. My
Yeah.
value is a form of currency.
Boom.
The dollar is a different form of currency.
Right.
It don't equate.
Right.
That's sellout behavior though. That's sellout mentality.
Mm.
Because it's not pushing for our progress.
Right.
Anytime you interchange the two, you already on the wrong fucking page. You on the wrong foot.
Right.
So again, as long as we allow them to continue to pay us, hey, we're gonna be paying for our failure.
Paying for our failure. Wow. You know, you brought up one second. You used the term I'm not I'm not in you said I'm not the most moral person. You said something like that. And I too agreed with you. And I remember as a kid, when you get older, you understand things now. Like
Oh
you
yeah,
understand like why your parents did this, why your grandparents did
get a
that.
clear view.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure, for sure. But now it's in my head, it's a sense of respect for me because they wanted to shield you
Certain
from
things.
things. But now when you get older, you're like, oh, I know what you were doing. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got to get back to men moving quietly. Y-
Definitely.
You know what I mean? As it is, especially as it pertains to like per how you say that word, promiscuity? How you say that word? Is that a word, promiscuity?
We're gonna use it as we,
Okay.
we're
Yeah.
gonna we're gonna deem it a word.
Yeah, because the underbelly of being loud about being promiscuous is the destruction of women.
Exactly.
You understand?
And the minds of little girls.
And the minds of little girls, the minds of little boys who are watching, the minds of your friends. And the reason why I say that is I remember my my uncles saying, "Oh, I'm going to Mr. Jimmy's house or something like that," and they would come back maybe 6 hours later. You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And when they now as an adult, when they say that, I mean, as an adult, when I think back, I'm like, oh, he was in the streets playing. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
but the fact that he wasn't loud about it,
Right. Right. Right.
and you don't know what the relationship was with Uncle Jimmy and my auntie, or you and your girl, me and Dre.
Yeah.
You don't know the significance. But the point is, we publicly devalue whether it's male or female because the women are loud too now
Oh yeah.
because we lose sight of the structure that we must build and
Exactly.
how that devalues the structure. I'm not saying no
Exactly.
one's perfect or anything like that, but I say if you're gonna do something like go drinking or you know do what you do, whether it's
Uh-huh.
women, whether it's gambling, you can't lose sight of the fact that it obviously tears down what you're building, but
Exactly.
we can't promote it more so than we promote the structure
Structure
of
itself.
the family. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Like we gotta constantly reinforce our family structure, no matter
Yes,
what the situation
yes,
is.
yes, yes, yes.
I don't care if me and my woman going through hell and high water. She better make sure that she does her best not to introduce that to my son. And I better sure like hell not allow my pride to get in the way and let my ego get in the way to where it causes destruction in my child's mind. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is most important because I got to make sure he's 10 times the man that I ever will be to ensure that one person at a time will become a better race, a better individual race as black people, and just a human race in totality, in its totality.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, because that's the bigger picture. Like, I want to build a better me. How do I build a better me?
Right.
I can't give a better me negativity and expect something better. I can't
Right.
give him less than me and expect better.
Right. Right. Right.
So we got a long way to go, man. But it's an improbable task, but it's not impossible.
It's improbable. Good word, but not
But it's
impossible.
not impossible. And for that fact alone, I'll I'll give my best efforts to make sure that I do the most I can because it's well worth. It's the journey is well worth it, man.
Right.
It's nothing like seeing your little one that look just like you, act just like you.
Your son look, gosh, maggot. Man, I saw them pictures yesterday at y'all at the water park. I said,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's like, hey, you know how they say this is going to be you in 70 years? If they did that of you, this is going to be you at 5 months. That would be you.
Yeah, man. And,
Looks
and,
just like you.
yeah, man. And the fact that he looks for my approval, man.
Hmm. Oh, man, I see it every day. Every
Oh,
day.
man,
Every day, my kids.
it's as much as it's joyous and you take pride in it, man. It's a humbling experience because you ask yourself, what did I do to deserve something so good, man?
And that loves you unconditionally.
Oh man, for for me to for me to put forth an effort to be a better man, I could never be so more motivated, man. The look he gives me, man, just knowing what just trying to fathom what he's thinking, man. But I know it's pure though. So for that, I do whatever it takes, man. And I just got a whole different perception on life and a heightened perception, perception that I previously had, but it's just more heightened now.
Yeah. And I've been conscientious of that as well. Like the importance of the approval of your kids. Like Kennedy is in the kitchen, Lincoln's on video games now and the piano and stuff like that. So I know it's important for me to go by and be like, hey, you're doing an amazing job. What you cooking, Kennedy? Waffles?
Mhm.
Man, what you putting on them, or Lincoln? Oh, you got to the next level? Oh, yeah, good, and but I look at the world, right? And as you get older, you grow. So
Of course.
so so like I can remember myself at 30, 31. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I'm this cool nigga. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Jay-Z, whoever else was the rapper at the time. I don't know who it was, but how I valued that. You understand what I'm saying? And as you get older, you start letting go of things. And I want to make it cool, like to say it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Exactly.
Like for me, I
Exactly.
didn't have a father, so I didn't know. I didn't know like I had to do this, like I had to be consistent here. I had to lie about this or hide this, tell the truth here, be
Yeah.
present here. I didn't know none of these things.
Yeah.
If I had known, if I would have knew the preparation at being a father, maybe 20 to 30% of the things that I've done in the past, I probably wouldn't have done
Exactly.
because I would have been preparing myself to be a father.
Yeah. You would have known that none of those things matter.
None of those things matter. You're absolutely right.
Fatherhood, it matters 0%. To be honest with you, you putting yourself in the negative, even uh, entertaining those things.
Hmm.
It matters none.
Right.
And it's funny how you say as you grow, you as you get older, you grow.
Mhm.
And you said when you was 30. I remember being 20. I remember just being 18. I always recollect on my life and where I was at mentally, and I say, man, when I was 18, I've always been above the curve and ahead of the board, ahead of the curve and above the board as far as my peer group, you know. But
Mhm.
when I was 18, I thought I was a cold dude, you know. I was cold. When I got 25, I looked back on my 18-year-old self and laughed.
Yeah.
Then when I turned, because I experienced an epiphany at 25, and then when I got 30, I experienced another epiphany. And I
Mhm.
said, damn, when I was 25, I thought I was him. But,
Mhm.
but man, I'm way greater. And from now, 33 to being 30, I've just grown so much. So, like I always tell people, the best version of yourself is waiting for you. You just got to be able to see that man and meet that man in the mirror, because right now you can't look at him because you haven't mentally progressed.
Mhm.
So that man can't materialize.
Mhm.
When you get to that point, then you'll be able to see yourself in the mirror.
Right. And you're right.
Because you constantly looking for progressive change. You
Right.
you didn't you basically giving in to the idea that I'm gonna be a lifelong student at this thing.
Right.
You know, and I'm gonna shed the old skin that's no longer useful for me no more.
Right.
I've outgrew that.
Right.
So, you know, we gotta constantly keep ourselves in check though, and constantly keep ourselves in that mindset so that we can do that.
Right.
You know, if we holding on to ignorance, ignorance breeds ignorance, and there's no room for growth there.
Right.
You know, it's like a caterpillar going into that cocoon.
Mhm.
He gotta go. That caterpillar gotta go through some things before he become that butterfly, and it's that metamorphosis stage that it's pain that's involved in that.
Right.
It's cataclysmic change that's involved in that, and
Right.
pain. So
Right.
we gotta be able to accept that. Hey man, I'm gonna have to deal with myself and look at myself and deal with the pain that I've been dealing with so that I can grow.
Right.
And,
I
and, and black people, like you always say, we we are we have like a romantic we romanticize uh, trauma, but now we gotta really do something about that. Like
romanticize what?
trauma,
Trauma. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
we romanticize trauma, but now we gotta actually do something about that. Now we gotta deal with the pain head on.
Right.
Like, not negate it, not sidestep it. Nah, deal with it head on and really come out a better person and be in expectation of the change.
Right. Be an expectation of the change. You're right. No, true words. And see, I want to make it like cool to say I was stupid. Like I
Yeah,
want people to I want people to say I want to say I was stupid for saying
yeah,
uh thinking bringing those murder lyrics to life. You
yeah,
understand? I don't want people to see it from the other way. Like I'm better than you. You listen to hip hop. I don't. I listen to hip hop, but what I'm saying is it's a difference listening to hip hop when when you know your child is not going to model that behavior.
yeah,
You understand? Like
yeah,
I was modeling that behavior because I didn't have a father. My grandfather has been dead since 95, so 1995. So I didn't really have no one to reinforce the structure in which we've been speaking of. But I think it's so important that people say, yes, you can go from not liking hip hop yesterday to today, and it's and be comfortable saying like
of
people are
course.
so afraid to say people are I think people have that people are going to judge them for saying that no family structure is important. Hip hop, there's a lot of destructiveness in hip hop. There's a lot of destructive
Yeah,
that this systemic oppression oppressors and these record labels and these Hollywood executives place in this to literally destroy us. And I just want people to say, like, it's cool to step away from it. And
yeah,
it's cool just to see it as entertainment.
That's
It's
it.
not culture. It's not a way of life.
It's not. See,
Yeah.
nobody want to be on that other side, the other side of acceptance. Nobody want to stand there,
Mm,
even if it's for the right cause. Because,
right.
like you said, that's pressure. They put pressure. Like it's offensive now to be right.
Mm,
Because if wrong is a trend, then that's
mhm,
where we should all stand.
right.
Man,
Right.
wrong is wrong. I'll never stand on that side of the fence. And if anybody got something to say about me or if somebody got something to say about it or do about me standing on the side of right, then come do it or say it. Because I ain't moving.
Right.
Like you took the words out of my mouth when you said it's entertainment.
It's
That is
entertainment.
all it
Yeah.
is.
It's not culture.
None of them cats are gonna live their lyrics.
Uh-huh.
They're not. And if they
At
do,
at
they're
all.
stupid. And they're going to be quickly shown that there's consequences for that. And you about to lose everything.
Right.
So,
Right.
you know, like you said, man, that's just strictly entertainment, man. Rap, I don't, look, man, I really don't. I try to limit my, and what I listen to, the murder lyrics, I try to I'm completely, as much as I love Pac, that's my favorite rapper.
You know what? I said it's funny how like murder music now is like too much salt and food for me now. Like I'll be listening,
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's
no,
yeah,
like that's too
it's
much.
distasteful.
It is. And Pac
Yeah,
is, and I listen to Pac and I be like, dog,
so
you
I'm
want to
very
kill Jay-Z,
yeah,
you want to kill. I'm like, that's too much.
I'm
Like,
very selective on the Pac songs I listen to.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
you're
Because
right.
anything
Man,
else put me in that mindset, and I don't want to be in that mindset, especially at
you
the
got your
man I
hand
am
over the
today.
speaker. You got your hand over. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be in that mindset,
Yeah.
especially when violence is so prevalent because I'm gonna I'm basically inciting violence into my life.
Right. Right.
You know,
And then it teaches you that has to be the solution.
of
Not
course,
that that's the not that that is
it's
an
an
option.
option. That's the solution.
Boom. Yes. Yes. Like when you get mad at a person, and this just ain't no black thing or Mexican. I think this is just a level of ignorance in our culture, in our world, in our
Society, yeah.
America. Yeah, society. Thank you. When you disagree with a person, they change subjects, they disrespect your mama, they
Oh yeah,
disrespect your
it
daddy,
becomes violence.
and then they want to fight you, then they want to, I'll kill you. I'm like, we just disagreed on who Jesus Christ was.
That's it. That's it. That's
Two
it.
people can be wrong, two people can be right, one person can be right, one person can be wrong.
Yep.
Like like when you and I disagree, he's like, two things can be right, and I'll be like, yeah, two things can't be right, So, but yeah, man, it's this is the America we live in, man. And I shit, we've been on for 48 minutes. And I just think that it's okay to say it's okay to apologize to yourself. Like I've been doing
Of
a lot
course.
of apologizing to myself. Like I wish I would have stopped. Don't you know me and my business partner had these plans 15, 17 years ago? And I said, fuck, I was 26 years old, man. And I had two incomes. I was training and I was teaching. Imagine how much more of LA I could have owned. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I was training his daughters, when I was 24, 25 years old. So 20 years I've known him. So I wish and I just want people to understand that it's okay. Like you're not a cornball, you're not
Uh,
weird. It's cool to say I apologize to myself.
yeah. And to stand against anything that's not right.
Yes.
You
And
know.
that's the and that's the hard part because I talk to a lot of gangbangers and stuff. Uh and that's the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because look, and speaking on that subject, man, I got so many cats that I know right now that has told me in the course of my life and during having friendships and relationships with them, they said, "Damn, man, I wish I had been like you, man." I wish I hadn't started gang banging.
Mm.
You know, because they realized that it didn't gang banging didn't lead them to what they were taught or told that it led to. Like they really did themselves a disservice,
Mm-hmm.
and none of them. The result of that decision, they all wish they could have. All of them wish they could have taken it back, but
Right.
they stand so firm on it because it's a pride and an ego thing that man can't can't everybody like. I don't want everybody to see that I've made the wrong decision and I'm turning my back on what I deem so right for me.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like that's what they battling in their mind.
Mm-hmm.
But really they don't want that lifestyle.
Mm-mm.
You can't be a grown man and want that lifestyle.
You're right. No, yeah, you're
That
right.
that
I'm
that
sorry. Go ahead.
that, that lifestyle equates to this. 24/7 living that lifestyle or lights out. That's what it equates to.
Right.
And I'm gonna say you're gonna be lucky if you're gonna be able to meet a jail cell. Because at least your life gonna be preserved.
Right.
Most people gonna die in the streets or gonna live in misery.
No, you're right. And I work out with a lot of now I work out with a lot of Crips now. I don't say the gym where I train at, but it's uh I see like honestly them coming out of their shells.
Yeah, they just wanna
Be
join.
human. They just want to be human.
That's it.
They
That's
realize that they've been carrying this dumbass
this
luggage
burden.
with no
Burden.
destination. No destination.
Man, exactly, bro. That's exactly what they learned, man. They starting to see that, man. Cause like I said, I got cousins, man, family members, close friends, and man, I could tell you some stories, man, and some things that we shared, and it's like, man, you feel sorry for them, but you like, man, only you can dig yourself up out this hole, man,
Right.
and you got
Right.
it, Look, man, I wish, look, I've always said this, man. That's how I've always felt about it. Ain't no other man about to tell me how to live my life.
Yeah.
I
And
felt this as a kid. For one, I wasn't scared to fight nobody. I wasn't scared to take an ass whooping. So if that's what it come to, let's just get it over with.
right. Right.
Nobody
And-
about to make me do nothing I don't want to do.
Right.
And if you got a problem with it, let's handle it. But
Right.
you ain't about to force me into this lifestyle or to accept this lifestyle because it ain't for me. It ain't even for you, man. Ain't no man should be under that kind of stress or that kind of pressure and that kind of stupidity, that kind of ignorance.
Mm.
I want to operate in my natural state, man. And my natural state is being loving, being caring, being a protector, being a provider. It's not all that bullshit. That's not what life is about.
Right. True
So,
words.
so again, man, us as blacks, we got a lot to work on, man. And like I said, it's improbable, but it's not impossible. And it starts in the family. We got to get our family structure back in line.
Mm. No, that's and to bring it all the way home, that's the ticket. Bring it all the way home back to family structure, man. And when I'm just visualizing people that I work out with at the gym, and it's uh it's like, damn, you had so many years taken away from you from a dream, from
Uh,
following a group that had no good. And two, and this may be one of the reasons why it something triggered in me when you said that about I lost it, now it's back, about the groups you just said. And this is why one of the things that I regret about Malcolm X is that he's one, either he stayed too long and gave up too much power to Elijah Muhammad, or two, he shouldn't have joined at all. You understand? and I don't know the answer to it. I know he stayed too long, obviously.
For sure.
That's the one thing I can understand, but I genuinely believe Malcolm would have came out of jail and been amazing either way because he had that accountability in him. You
Yeah.
know, he had that in it from his mom and the structure,
Right.
his dad, and I but I just think like the group failed him. And now, and that may be the genesis of my I don't know if it's true or not, but as you were talking, I was thinking this is that that may be the reasons why I don't join groups. You know, like I
Yeah.
just I do what I do, and
As you should.
I see how Malcolm's life was shortchanged, compromised. He was murdered. You know, they tried to attempted to change the narrative on him, and I just wish he hadn't stayed so long, and
He
gave that
gave a
man absolute power.
yeah,
Like,
he gave the organization a lot of power, and uh he gave a lot of good years, but Malcolm was he was duped, and he came to realization of that, and he took corrective action, but at that point I can't say it was too late because it's never too late to do the right thing, but it was already at the point of life or death, and he understood that because he understood what the organization was about.
yeah, he
Like
understood.
he knew the inner workings of it. So I always tell people like this: Malcolm knew he was gonna die regardless, and there was nothing that was gonna change it. Why? Because I'm gonna tell you, like I've always told, I've always studied things, right? Anytime I've seen somebody get killed, they've always had a warning shot. They decided to make, they decided to continue in their course of action that led to them being killed. Like your lifestyle is gonna, uh, your lifestyle and the decisions you make on a day-to-day basis is going to dictate the outcome of your life.
Mhm.
So,
Or some of you yesterdays.
what Malcolm, the eventuality of Malcolm was his untimely death, which he knew, but he was convicted to his stance.
Mm.
Like nobody was coming to save him. Like he knew that. Like he was comfortable with that.
Right.
But his mark is everlasting though. His mark is everlasting. It's sad that he doesn't get honored as he should. Like even, Martin Luther King was great. They gave him a day, but damn, Malcolm should have one too. You get what I'm saying?
It, yeah.
If
He
they
just,
give him that, if they give him, he needs to be recognized.
yeah. I get it. I get it. Yeah, he's gonna live forever. But yeah, just to take that spirit, man. But that just tells you that even in death, the when you join these groups, they're not gonna support you. Like
Nah,
I went to a funeral last month, maybe oh wow, maybe 2 months ago. And no, it was December, first week of December. And uh it was these groups, these black elite, and when I say black elite groups, because he was a black doctor and a multi-millionaire doctor. And they did all this ceremonious things, they gave speeches, they did, you know what I mean?
yeah,
But I'm like, where's the money at? Where the
uh-huh.
money? Give this family some money.
Right,
Nobody gave money. No group said, here's $20,000. Here's $10,000. But anyhow, man. Let's wrap this up, L. We on an hour, man.
yeah, man. It was man. It was an hour well worth it, man.
Yeah, they'll appreciate it as I will. Thank you.
All the
I'm
time,
getting.
brother. Anytime,
Hey,
man.
you want your you want your because I'm gonna make a thing for you. You want to say L Supreme?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Long,
don't know if
long,
you...
long as the caption, will get the message
No,
across.
I'm talking about the art for it.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like I
El
said, long
Supreme is cooler. El Supreme is cooler.
yeah, the message is what's important here.
If you could title this, what would the title be?
The progressive black man.
The progressive black man. Yeah. Yeah.
How to's.
How what?
How to's.
How to's, right? Yeah, we'll see. Anyhow, man. Go to Round Table Talk. He might drop a video this year. I don't know. He might not. But he about to get to his next client destination, wherever he's going. I saw him start his engine. So appreciate you, L, man. I love you, man. And
I love
yeah,
you
man.
too, brother. Thank
Yeah,
you,
your
man.
family, man.
Always a
Your
pleasure,
boy
brother.
look just like, man, your boy look just like you. But anyways, man, I'm about to log you out. I appreciate you, man. Drive safe, dog.
Thank you, Freddie.
All right, all the time, dog.
Take care, brother.
All right, peace, King.
Later.
Yeah.